This is a 15-minute prompt from my weekly writing time with a friend of mine. And so the first paragraph is the whole prompt. I made a long prompt, and this is a 15-minute write. So here we go. He pulled out a handkerchief, which had a gold emblem of a dragon on it, and he blew his nose as he walked on to the next shop. He paused and held his chest for a moment as he turned and looked the other direction, out over the lake with the sun shining onto it. He knew it would be down soon. As he stood looking at the lake, remembering all the times he had had there, the time he took Doris, his wife, and Maggie and Queenie, their daughters, there and had a picnic, or the time once the girls were teens and they brought their shaggy terrier, Roger, and he ran around everywhere. He could still see and hear them all laughing. He smiled, remembering these times. The pressure on his chest released, and he let go of his chest. He missed Doris. She had been gone 4 years now. Life wasn't the same without her. And the girls, well, they moved away, and they were married with kids. Wow, 5 kids. I'm a grandfather 5 times over, he muttered to himself, shaking his head. He realized people were around, so he pulled his head up high and went into the little knick-knack store, which is what his wife called it. As that's what it is filled with, she'd say. Harold flashed back to what good company she was and how they'd wanted to grow old together. He still did. She left way too soon as far as he was concerned. They'd been together 53 years, and it still wasn't enough. Every day he'd learned something new about her, or she taught him something. She made him smile, a little dance, or her voice. She'd sing these little songs, and his heart would just melt in those moments. She'd always say, "Join in, Harold, come on, sing with me, my love." He'd wave her off her requests, more because he wanted to hear her sing instead of him, and she had the much better voice anyway, and sometimes he'd get shy. He started looking around the store, looking down at many different things, from feathers to that footsteps in the sand poem, silk scarves. And then he saw this little white and blue porcelain dog. It was sitting with a blue collar on and a bone in its mouth. It looked as if he was smiling. He picked it up. It was so shiny. Harold knew Doris would have loved this and bought it. That made his eyes twinkle a little, and a smile came across his face. He kept it in his hand, and he wandered on. He loved feeling the different silk wraps and exploring the different colors they printed on the lake. They painted of the lake in the paintings. Walking up to the counter, he bought the little white dog as if he was buying it for her. He did that from time to time, as it reminded him of her more, as if he had just bought her a gift, as she still brought him so much joy, even if it was just the memories, or a bird that would sing to him, or taking a walk, or feeling her presence near him. As he walked toward the lake, the sun setting, and walking onto the grass, he heard a voice. This would be a good day to die. He smiled, looked up, and said, "And then I'd be with her. I'd be okay with that." I hope you enjoyed it.